What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a very cool diecast from 2002 in the studio. It is Ricky Craven's Tide Give Kids the World Ford Taurus from 2002. One of the coolest paint schemes from that year. It would be on the rotating base, but it's not designed to stand up. It doesn't have like a base to it. So we're just going to set it over here. Anyways, this is one of the alternate paint schemes that he ran. One of two alternates, I think, from the year 2002. Let's go ahead and get the non-rotating base out of the studio. One of the most nostalgic paint schemes to me from 2002. And it's this promotional style paint scheme that Tide had with Ricky Craven, Ricky Rudd, Scott Pruitt. They did a promotion with the Give Kids the World promotion. And it had a bunch of really cool, whimsical paint schemes. They would run one of them each year, and each one was really different. And in fact, it reminds me so much of Chase Elliott's early 2020s Napa healthcare cars, where they kind of have like a whimsical vibe to it. So here's the card back design. It looks like crayon, which is really nostalgic to me as someone who used to draw NASCARs on paper with crayons and even had NASCAR coloring books back in the 2000s. So that was really nostalgic. I've Give Kids the World there. You have all kinds of drawings here. You have Tide Racing 2002 Collector's Edition Tide Race Car. This is the Racing Champions edition of this car. So it's a pretty accurate diecast mold of the 2002 Ford Taurus. Hot Wheels made some of the other, what's the G.K.T.W. I think that was the acronym for it. They made some of these paint schemes back with Rudd and, of course, Scott Pruitt. Here's the back panel of this diecast, and you're wondering, this is such a very unique promo diecast. Surely it's kind of hard to find. No, they actually made a lot of these. They're still very easy to find, so that's why we're going to be doing a diecast review on it. But just how nostalgic is this? I mean, this just like, I don't know how to describe it. Just so nostalgic to me. Just little characters and... Man, it brings me back to like the early 2000s when like people still had VHSs and they were getting rid of them and they were getting DVDs, and like any random movie that was like animated, a cartoon or something, and they were giving a DVD release. It was such a big deal. It reminds me of Bill Elliott's Lion King car from 2003. But yeah, you get the little crayon ribbon style down here at the bottom with It's Got to Be Tide. One of my favorite sponsors in NASCAR because of their paint scheme. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up this diecast. Let's go ahead and check it out, fellas. All right, folks, one of the most nostalgic cars from my favorite year in 2002 in the studio. And I did notice one thing here. There's a little bit of a blue stain. You can see the outlining of the 3 and a little bit of the 2 there. This looks like either it was something that happened right when they packaged the car. Maybe it wasn't fully dried. Perhaps the clear coat wasn't fully ready and they popped it in there. Or that's just a part of it being in the package for so long that when it was exposed to really hot temperatures, maybe it stuck to it and inevitably it did kind of smear some of the top graphics. So that's unfortunate. Another thing that I'm noticing pretty quickly with this car is there is a ton of decal cracking all over this car. This is really unfortunate, but this is part of the unfortunate reality of Racing Champions diecast is decal cracking. Look across the top of the car. All those little lines right there, that is just age from this car. So that's really unfortunate because, as a kid, I'm like, you know what? These cars are only like 5 years old, right? No, these cars came out 23 years ago. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So I don't think this paint scheme was in NASCAR Thunder 2003. It did have its alternate, the Tide Clean Breeze Ford. That one got made in the 1/64 scale, and it was in the game. Let's go over here to the hood of the diecast. I think the orange on the car is in good shape. I could be mistaken, but it looks like the yellow is the one that unfortunately cracked. Usually the brighter the paint or decal, the higher chance of it cracking due to age. So that's unfortunate. We got Give Kids the World Tide. Got the little logo there. That is really cool. Taurus, got the Ford logo. Got the 32 with reflective headlights. That's a nice touch. Got PPI, which was the race team that Craven drove for. Got Union 76, Moog, Clevite, Comp, Simpson, Edelbrock, J.E. Wicks air filters. The front end of the car is definitely kind of like a plate car. It's kind of bunched up, kind of a tall front valence. But I would say the Hot Wheels and the Racing Champions Ford Taurus was the most accurate. In my honest opinion, the Team Caliber cars were not really accurate. And then you have the Action Winter Circle ones. They were not really accurate in my honest opinion in terms of just true real car to 164 scale. Their 124s are insane, but something about the 164s. So you go to the left side of the car, you have the number there, you got the little logo. I love the whimsical pattern of the whole car, how the yellow is kind of splashed on there. Kind of reminds me of, Nickelodeon back in those years. The blue on the door looks like it has a little bit of a smear as well, right here on that the top portion of the 2. So that kind of makes me think maybe the car just didn't dry properly, right? Maybe they just stuffed it in the package and shipped it out the door. Who knows? It's a promo diecast, so things are a little bit quirky with promos. Promotional diecasts, they might get shipped out very early, right? They're not treated like a normal retail product, so that could affect quality where they might cut some corners. The clear coat's pretty nice on the car, but you could just see a little bit of that blue haze there. Got NASCAR race car. You got Gatorade, Mechanics Work, Autometer, Jessel, EA Sports, Mac Tools, Union 76, Infograms, Waste Management, Holly, True Value, Rebestos, Outback, and Goodyear 3M. Got the Goodyear logo there. You got Craven right there on the driver name. You can see a lot of the decal cracking. Now, some of the Action Winter Circle cars are doing this as well. The 2002 Robbie Gordon 124 is one of them that I've seen a lot. You'll see more of this as time goes on, but Racing Champions was the ones that had the most of it. Got your B-Post decal there, which I think is McDonald's, Ford, and Ford. Interesting. Got Super 8 Motel. I mean, look at all these different sponsors. We got Super 8, We Care, PPG, Haas, Lincoln Welders, got Kenmore, Ty Downey, Craftsman, something else. Go to the back panel of the diecast and just look how nostalgic these Ford Taurus rear ends are. I mean, just so cool, man. You got the yellow on the spoiler, got the little splash pattern down there at the bottom, got the number 32 Ford. Go to the right side of the diecast. Just what a beautiful, beautiful diecast here, man. Absolutely awesome stuff. I think all the diecasts from this promotional line were actually overproduced, fortunately. I don't know or remember how they were distributed. I don't know if it was just something at the racetrack or you have to go to their event. I think they have a place in Florida. I think it said on the back of this thing. I don't know all the details. But anyways, maybe the diecasts were from there. I have no earthly idea, but really cool stuff, man. I love alternate paint schemes. And it's just a shame to see these in this condition, though. So, honestly, if it was up to me, I would rather just make a custom of it and then have, fresh decals, fresh paint, all that stuff. Because that's really a shame how it's cracked so much. I mean, this thing was brand new and it's like that. So, it kind of makes you wonder what these cars are going to look like as they age. Are they just going to fall apart? It's kind of crazy. 32 right there, and then you have Give Kids the World right there on the deck lid. The orange on this thing is absolutely fluorescent, by the way. I mean, wow. Very, very bright. Now, this is interesting how the side skirts of the car are black as well as the front valence, but it looks like they didn't really paint the bottom of it. I'm not really sure why. Racing Champions, though, was kind of known as the economy line of the 164 and 124 scale. They made a ton of diecasts, but they were more seen as more inexpensive, right? More easier to get. You can get a whole lot of them. Usually these would retail about $2 at like a Family Dollar or something back in the 2000s. So it was very affordable for a NASCAR collector to get a whole bunch of these and not break the bank, even with inflation adjusted. What an awesome diecast, and probably one of the most unique spoiler designs, as one side of it has the yellow as well as the other side. That's like, it's like a partial yellow. It's not the full wrap there, which I don't even know if that's accurate to the real car. And that brings me to another thing. I was looking at Racing Reference. Apparently this car ran at Loudon. I couldn't remember if it was the fall, not fall. Yeah, they had a race in the fall and in the summertime back in '02. I can't remember which one it was. I'm assuming it's the summer race. This paint scheme, each year they change it up, but they would race at different events. Like Ricky Rudd ran at like Martinsville. I think he ran it at the Brickyard one time. So they just kind of picked a race and went with it, which was pretty darn cool. Guys, what do y'all think about this car? Make sure to comment down below. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. For all your new diecast purchases, make sure to tap it over there at Circle B Diecast and use promo code Diecastbuffet. You can help support the channel. Allows me to do videos like this, and you can save money as well. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet, signing off.